Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm just going to be showing you guys a tip about how to readjust your eco when you find your sheep late. So anyways, let me just get started. So here you can see we have a normal start. Let me just turn this down really quick. It's kind of loud. So anyways, here we have a normal start and I haven't found my sheep right away and I'm using the scouting method in order to find them. Whoops. So our sheep are coming in and yeah. So let's actually assume here, though, that I didn't maybe find my sheep right away. I'm just going to keep them out a little bit. Say I'm still looking for them, right? I found them in this situation, but in some situations you find your sheep kind of late. Okay, all right, so now the sheep are finally getting in, right? Because now you found them, right? So you can see right now that ideally we would have had our sheep in actually a lot. We would have had our villagers gathering sheep a lot early, right? But for some reason, maybe we found our sheep late or whatever, right? Well, what you need to do is you need to look at the wood you have. The amount of wood you collected, right? If your villagers were gathering wood while you were waiting for the sheep to come in, the amount of wood you gathered is the amount of food that you probably lost because your sheep weren't under the TC in time. So based on that amount of wood, right, you want to actually put an extra villager on sheep just like enough, just so that you can offset that. So basically we want, instead of 6 villagers on sheep, we're going to want to put 7 villagers on sheep until basically that 7th villager has collected the 12 food to offset the early, or the late sheep rather. I see a lot of times in games people are having to get loom very early because they don't have the food. And I think it's because they lure in their sheep late to their town center, right? It's either that or they're just not very good at switching the villagers on sheep from sheep to sheep, right? So yeah, so anyways, let's go here and then we're gonna go to the wood. So we've had the 8th villager, or the 7th villager rather, on sheep for like a whole villager worth of time. And so every 30 seconds, the villager is going to gather 10 resources. So now we've probably caught up a little bit in the food. So by the next villager, we can send one of these villagers from sheep to the wood so that we kind of rebalance our eco again, or so that we're back on track, right? Hopefully you guys all understand what I'm talking about. I just remembered when my clan was doing build order tests, a lot of players were having to get loom very early on, and it was because they never put that 8th villager, or that 7th villager rather, on sheep um, when they had a bad start, when they had late sheep come in. So anytime you have your sheep come in at a time when it's not like, if your sheep are going from the house right to the sheep, that's good. That's like a perfect start, right? But if you're having to wait a while for the sheep to come in and you're putting them on wood, then just make sure to put that extra villager on sheep just for a little while. And then after, one villager or 1.5 villagers or 2 villagers, whatever, you can put the villager on wood like the rest of them. And yeah, so obviously in situations where the sheep come in really late, you're going to be screwed and you have to do loom anyways. But you want to make sure that you put that villager on sheep so that you can get your eco back on track. Because if you don't, then you're probably going to have to get loom right around the same time the first boar comes in. And that's not going to be ideal, especially if you're trying to really go up at a good time. So yeah, so I think that kind of does it for this tip. Hopefully you guys all remember this when you guys are playing in game. And yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.